Hello. I feel like I tend to be very critical of games very often, and I continue playing these games because they pull me in, and it is actually a kind of game that I do enjoy to play, but I feel like I sometimes don't fully express it on the internet because I almost feel like the good parts of the game are self-explanatory, or I'm just gonna put it in a review once and then completely forget that I've done it. So today we are here to appreciate, well, I am here to appreciate Heartopia for the things that I think this game does right and reasons why effectively I am playing it in the long term, and I've continued playing it instead of just putting it down and walking away. First thing that I really appreciate Heartopia for is their weekly or their monthly gains, like the passes that you can buy to accumulate for up to 7 days, which means that you can not log in into this game for 7 days without losing any currency. I played Palia, and I think it accumulates up to like 3 days in there, and that's already not really normal amongst gacha games. Normally, if you don't log in, you just lose the rewards. And I tell you what, honeys, I suffer from bad health and a migraine disorder on top of that. So most recently, I had to miss half a week of life entirely. And on Infinity Nikki, I just lost those days. I just lost that currency. On here, I can log in and still receive my currency. My only tiny little nitpick is that I wish that daily requests could stack like this, because daily requests is how you make progress in this game, how you unlock more features. But they don't stack, so if you don't log in, you lose that progress. But hey, at the very least, you don't lose what you have paid for, and that's actually not like a regular practice in the overall gacha sphere, so I'm very thankful for Heartopia for that. Second thing that I'm thankful for is energy regeneration that's not tied to money in any way, shape, or form. You don't need to buy like energy packs, and it's not that you spend your 100 energy and that's you done for the day, because that is another very common thing in gacha communities, that your game time is truncated by energy. That's what makes sure that you don't play too much that day, and if you just run out of energy, that's it. You either put the game down or you pay money to continue playing to like restore some amount of energy. Not all like free-to-play games work like that. Another comparison, Palia also allows you to restore your energy through like eating food, so it's not just like that the game stops. But I do really appreciate Heartopia for once again going the energy regeneration route rather than energy dictates that you can do 100 actions in a day and then when you're done, that's it. Like, I really appreciate that they went with this route rather than the other one. Another thing that I really like is that on the daily, the clothes shop changes what they're selling also slightly. So sometimes the things that you have already bought will rotate back into the rotation, of course. Of course, the rotation of clothes that you can purchase is not like infinite. So as you can see, I have bought dresses in here before and they have rotated back into the rotation, so they're visible again. But just because I know that every single day there's gonna be new clothes for sale for regular currency and not like shop currency, I feel very encouraged to log in, to then go and be like, ooh, I wonder what's in the shop today, and then visit this outfit shop. My comparison games would be Palia, that doesn't really allow you to get any non-premium outfits in the game outside of the clothes that you have started the game with, and Infinity Nikki, which every patch cycle does offer you like a free-to-play store, like 1.0, 2.0, that kind of patch cycle, I mean, where you can just buy out all the clothes in there, but once you have bought it out, that's it. You have bought those clothes out. Meanwhile, there's no more incentive to, you know, just check out the store again. Visit the store and just see if there's anything new that you might like. There's no incentive to come back to that. You come in and you buy it out once and then you forget about it, instead of it being like a nice little daily treat. So considering that this is very unusual for me, that other games that I play doesn't have this functionality, I do honestly look forward to visiting the daily clothes store to see if there's anything that I like in here. And I look forward to logging in and seeing what's here. These kind of glasses are so funky. I want at least one pair. And let's actually put them on. See? New things. New interesting things. Every day in the clothes store. Very exciting. One of the things that I really appreciate about Heartopia is just the sheer amount of non-verbal communication between people. Like, because this game is 9+, it is actually hard to allow everybody to, like, chat in the chat. So you are only allowed to chat in the chat if you are on the same friends list as the other person, aka if both of you are adding each other to friends. So what has happened instead is that a lot of people will perform a lot of social interactions without uttering a singular word, and it becomes so prevalent that even people on your friends list won't actually bother typing. They will bother emoting. They will invite you into areas at random. Like, this person needed somebody to do the bug catching event with. They don't know me. They invited me and probably everybody else on the server, and I was the only one that said yes. So here I am, doing some bug catching with a complete stranger. One of the things that really astonished me a couple of days ago is I was doing a puzzle on my yard. I didn't have space, so I put down the puzzle into my yard, and I just sat down to do it, and somebody just randomly joined me and decided to help me with the puzzle. And honestly, I didn't mind. Like, some people get upset that other players interact with them or try to help them, and they will make sure that they lock other players out of their house and out of, like, their surroundings so that other players can't interact with them this way. But as a person that's introverted and doesn't like doing things with other people for absolutely no reason, I like doing things with my own friends, thank you, not with, like, random strangers that would just, like, invite me on Discord or, like, type at me a lot or try and join into party. The amount of just non-committal, non-verbal interaction that you can do with other players inside this game that will require absolutely nothing from you, aka the ability to just be invited into events at random and clicking, like, yes or no when it comes to actually participating in those events, or having a person randomly join in on doing your puzzle with you, or having a person randomly feed your dog, or having a person randomly water your crops, or just run past and perform some emotes, or shoot off some fireworks. The amount of interactions like that is just beautiful, and I really appreciate the game for it. is what I'm trying to say. This will sound really weird, but I like it how easy it is to ignore paid features in Heartopia. Mainly because they are so stingy when it comes to free-to-play players. Like, you can only pull on all of these beautiful, beautiful things if you have currency that is paid only. And knowing that something like this costs around $200 and that there's no way for you to get it outside of actually like paying real money or saving up for 3 years like worth of monthlies almost, it's oddly nice because most of the spending that I would do on a gacha is if I already have quite a bit of currency towards something, and I'm like, it will only cost me like £30 to finish it. I'm not insane enough to actually buy an outfit from the get-go for £200, which means that in gachas that are really, really stingy towards players that are playing either spending a low amount because I am paying for the monthly and that's like £2. So like players that are spending low amounts or players that are just not spending at all, if gachas are really stingy towards them, it's very easy to just like ignore monetization. And now that monetization talk is over for now, let's talk about one of my other favorite features, which is puzzles. I appreciate that these things are a thing. My house is just decorated in puzzles. I visit the vendor that can sell you puzzles on the daily basis to see if they have any new ones, and unfortunately today they didn't. But I just want to say that I appreciate that this is a thing. I appreciate that inside a game I can come in and I can like collect and put together a puzzle. I do have some games where making puzzles is the point. I do have a couple of those, but I appreciate just like seeing puzzles in any way, shape, or form in games where puzzle is not the main point. I like them, man. I like the fact that you can like collect them and like make them and put them on the wall. And I like the fact that you can then disassemble them if you want to and like put them away and stuff like that. I like that this exists. So what I'm currently standing next to is a book written by a different player. A player that is not me. So another thing that I do like about Heartopia is the ability to see and access other people's custom content, aka written books. You can also compose music over here. You can make patterns for clothes and for furnishings, though I think you can't share patterns for clothes and furnishings, unfortunately. You can like see other people's paintings if they just like leave them out and you click into them. So what I do appreciate about it is the fact that there's a high variety of custom content that people can make and share. It makes for a very wholesome and creative community. Moving on to the next point, one of the things that I like about this game is that you can recustomize the whole of your character for free at like any point. Absolutely, like whenever you feel like doing so. So you can do like your regular appearance, like your haircut and skin color and so, and then you can like do your clothes as well. And I wore several sets of different clothes in this video alone. The reason why this is still quite nice for me is that A, a lot of other gachas don't really have in-depth character customization at all, and B, a lot of MMOs will actually charge you for changing some basics about your appearance, like your hair, for example, can be a premium thing to do, to change your hair. It won't just be like accessible to absolutely everybody. So the fact that I can recustomize myself as much as I want, yeah, that's like really nice. Another thing that I'm pretty sure some people will love it, some people will hate, is the fact that there's weather-based gameplay. AKA some birds some NPCs and some fish are only available at like very specific weather or like very specific time. And the time in game is tied to time in real life. However, the weather is not like really on a set cycle. So like you can see that on Monday we're gonna have rainbow the whole day pretty much. On Wednesday it should be raining the whole day, and I think on Friday it should be a meteor shower the whole day. Meanwhile, today there's gonna be a period between 11 p.m. and 5 a.m. when it's gonna be raining, and that's important for me if I want to catch rainy fish. But obviously if I can't do that today, I can just like return on a different day when that is raining. I think it's nice that there are some subtle changes to the environment that change what you can get out of the game. For one thing, if you're not expecting it, then it's kind of like a nice surprise of like you come in and something's suddenly different. And the game now functions in a tiny bit of a different way, like there's other things for you to discover just because the weather changed. It's something small, something inconsequential, but something that I do honestly enjoy. And speaking of things that I did not expect, excuse me, hello? What are you? Oh, right? I guess I can suddenly get balloons from rocks sometimes. Cool. Anyway, this is gonna be my last point. The last thing that I really appreciate about Heartopia is just the chill, bite-sized gameplay. Because your progress is literally gated by dailies, you can't push it forward faster than you're pushing it. And because you need hobby upgrade tickets in order to upgrade your hobbies and be able to get more plants or like see more birds or like do things, more things, so like your cat and dog, you kind of have to play the game in bite-sized chunks. Which means you log in, you do a little bit of something, and then you log off. And then by the time that you return tomorrow, maybe there is something, a little bit of something to do that is new. Maybe you have like a specific goal to just like upgrade your fishing that day, or find some mushrooms, or upgrade your cooking, or cook a pie, or unlock a new feature because you're fairly close to it. It leaves you something to look forward to, while it also not really being a place that you need to binge on. It's very easy to just log into this, lose half an hour in a fairly chill way, and then just continue with your life. It's kind of refreshing, I would say, because with other gachas I'm used to that there's like a content drop during an update, and I will play a lot of that gacha during the content drop, and then I will start logging on just for dailies again. Just like 5 minutes at a day at a time. This feels better paced, because there's like always something to be hoping for and like looking forward to, but not a lot of it. Like not a massive amount of it. Just enough that it's just a joy to come in and experience the world for a little bit and then just like log off and go on your merry way. So yeah, those are my 10 reasons for why I play Heartopia and why I'm sticking here for the current time being. I don't promise to stick to it for like forever. Nobody needs to make that promise to any kind of product, but for the time being, I'm very much enjoying the vibes. This doesn't mean that I will forever enjoy the vibes, but at the time being, the vibes are nice. The vibes are exactly the kind of thing that I would be looking for and that I would just be enjoying playing. So my question is, if you play Heartopia, what are the reasons for playing it? Like, what's so special about it that stuck with you? What is it that you enjoy in Heartopia? Is the way that I would put it. And anyway, thank you for watching. I will see you on my other videos. As I say, I like to discuss problems and the things that aren't quite going correctly more than I like discussing the chill aspects of this is why I'm in this game and like this is why I love it. But it's nice to do something like this sometimes. Like, this game has a lot of likable features, and I want you to know that. So thank you for watching. Thank you for my Patreon supporters for supporting me. And I hope that I'm gonna see you in my other videos. Toodaloo.